Although I'd intended to go straight home, I found myself driving in the opposite direction, down toward the River Dee. The car parks there were emptying now, and I found a quiet spot to park in the castle car park. I needed to see the photo on my own. I pulled it from the folder and looked at it again. At the bottom of the photograph was the time and date it was taken, June 23rd at 22:45. That was the Friday night I was in London. I remembered it had been so hot and humid when I arrived at the hotel that I'd showered and washed my hair before going down to the bar. My hair was gleaming, my makeup still in place. My eyeliner swept my eyes in a smooth line, untouched by the night, but my face was pink and had a sheen that I hoped wasn't normally there. It was easy to tell I'd been drinking. My eyes were nearly closed and my face was upturned. I was being kissed by a man with dark hair who was touching my face as though we were lovers. His face was in shadow, unrecognizable. I knew who it was, though. It was David. And I thought, what would Joe do if he saw that photo? Would he leave me? At the thought of that conversation, of living alone for half the week, of not being able to see Rory every day or speak to Joe whenever I wanted to, I felt panic course through my body. I could lose everything over this. I leaned my head against the car seat and closed my eyes. What was going on? Why would anyone take a photo of me that night? And why would they send it to me? A band tightened around my forehead at the thought of Joe seeing that photo. And he'd never believe me if I told him I couldn't remember doing it. He thought I was in bed, asleep at that time. I'd told him I was. And I'd told him by text too, so I couldn't even deny it. My heart thumped as I thought, what happened that night? What happened after we kissed? I was so frustrated, I couldn't remember anything. Had we slept together? Surely not. How would I not remember that? I was furious with myself for drinking so much. I should have learned my lesson by now. But every time I thought of Joe seeing the photo, of hearing what happened that night, I felt sick. And then I knew I needed to get hold of David and ask him what the hell was going on. Within minutes I was back at the office. I opened the shutters, unlocked the door, and turned on my computer. It was nearly 6 p.m, and I'd told Joe I'd be home early that night. Quickly I logged into the database we kept of all our clients and searched for David Sanderson. I clicked on his name. I pulled my mobile out of my bag and saw I had 3 missed calls from Joe. I felt a stab of guilt and dialed David's number. I held my breath as it rang out. I counted 8 rings and then it cut dead. It didn't go to voicemail. I tried it again and then again. Why wasn't he answering? Was he monitoring his calls? Quickly I called from the office phone and withheld the number so that he wouldn't know it was me. Again it rang out. No reply. On the database was the email address, and I opened my work email and sent him a quick note. Hi David, this is Gemma from Chester Homes. Please can you get in touch, ASAP? I need a quick word. Thanks. I looked at his email address again. It was a Gmail account. What if he didn't see it? I sent him a text with the same message, just in case. I needed to speak to him.